The following is a presentation of The Day.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the campus of Norwich Technical School for a CTC high school football matchup between the Wilcox Tech Indians and the Thames River Co-op Crusaders. Game day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health, voted #1 best dental practice 5 years in a row in the day's Reader's Choice Awards. Visit them at 177 Boston Post Road or at waterforddentalhealth.com. Andrew Meehan's joined alongside Ryan Gable on the call for today's game. And Ryan, quite a historic season for Thames River.
Yeah, this is such a great season for Thames River. Right now they're on a 5-game winning streak. They're currently number 7 in the Class M standings right now, so they have a good chance to make the playoffs if needed. They got a lot of momentum going in this game, especially on their senior day, Andrew. I really think they're going to use this momentum. They're going to have a lot of inspiration. And they want to win this game so they can prepare for their big matchup next week against ATI.
Coming into this one, 6-1 for Thames River, as they are going to kick off the ball for the first half. Wilcox ready to receive. Kicking at number 56 for the Crusaders, Nick Miller. And the kick is up, and we are underway here. Number 42 for Wilcox taking it. He's going to try to get upfield here and is still alive, avoiding one tackle down the sideline and eventually pushed out of bounds at the 20.
Andrew, I got to give a lot of credit on the return, to Alberto Saris of the Indians because, it didn't look like it was going to be promising, but he was able to recover and he was able to get at least some yardage there. So, great start right now for the Indians.
A safety and also inside linebacker for Wilcox, eventually making it to the 20-yard line. So, 1st and 10 now for Wilcox. Start things out. Under center today, Jeremy Perez, captain for Wilcox. Under center. Takes the snap. Looks to hand it off to number 47. Immediately met right at the line of scrimmage. Number 52 on the tackle for the Crusaders, Rorick Ryan.
And that was an astonishing hit by Rorick Ryan. Able to get started right away for the Crusaders defense. What a hit from Ryan.
Number 47 taking that handoff on that one, Dixon Peraltal. This time in the shotgun, hands it off. About a yard on that one, still up, and then eventually goes to the ground.
Tackle by Miller.
So no, about a yard for a gain. 3rd and 9 now for Wilcox.
Certainly it looks like it's going to be a passing situation, of course, for Jeremy Perez. Of course, he's the new quarterback this year for the Indians. Big play coming up.
2 receivers on each side. Perez keeps it. Scrambling out of the pocket, throws it downfield and goes out of bounds. Incomplete pass for Perez.
It was intended for Jacob Shawal, but Perez, he was kind of scrambling there. He just had to throw it, but didn't get to Shawal in time. So a 3 and out for the Indians.
4th and 9, looks like we're going to punt here, as Perez is also the punter for Wilcox. Back to receive for the Crusaders, number 3, Dominic Martinez.
And the Indians have to watch out because Martinez is a fast receiver for this team.
Perez takes a snap. A lot of hang time on this one. And that's going to go to about the 40-yard line. So great field position for the Crusaders to start out on offense.
It really is. Now we're going to see under center for the Crusaders, Jackson Brennick. And Andrew, he has a very strong arm for this Crusaders team, so it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to throw the ball or if he's going to hand it off to his star running back, Seth Cunningham, as a freshman. So this Crusaders team is very versatile on offense.
Cunningham in the backfield. Brennick under center. 1st and 10 to go for the Crusaders. 2 receivers to the left. Hands it off to Cunningham, up the middle. A lot of gain on this one.
Cunningham with the carry.
And I believe that was about 10 yards for a first down, if I'm correct. And we're going to get second and short here, so a great
9-yard gain, second and 1.
Great gain for Cunningham.
And this again, I mentioned it, a little bit earlier that this Crusaders team is playing off a lot of momentum. They just came off an exciting win against Cheney Tech of Manchester, and they were a team that qualified for the playoffs last year. And they were a team that the Crusaders really wanted to beat because they kind of beat them in the past. So it was very good for the Crusaders to beat them now, and they're carrying this momentum, of course, now into this home matchup.
Motions Cunningham to the right. Hands it off. Cunningham now cutting up the field. Avoiding one tackle. He's got some room. As there was a flag thrown. And that goes to about the 10-yard line. But we do have a couple of flags on the field, so we're going to have to wait to see what the call was.
Holding. Offense.
As we're going to get a holding on the Crusaders, so that's going to back them up.
If you're a Crusaders fan, that's really a shame because, of course, that was a fantastic run by Cunningham. And, and you get that holding call, it's not ideal.
And what a play, motioning Cunningham to the right and eventually going opposite on that one. And he had a lot of yardage to gain on that one, bringing it to the 10, but that holding call is going to cost him. So 2nd and 9 for the Crusaders. Sending 2 receivers over to the right. Brennick under center, takes a snap, tosses it to Cunningham, cutting up the field. And eventually brought down by number 42, and we're going to get another flag thrown. 42, Alberto Saris, making the stop there for the Indians.
And, again, when you see Cunningham going there off to the right there, it could be dangerous, but Alberto Saris for the Indians really stepped up there.
So we're going to get a face mask on the Indians. So it looks like now we're going to get
result, first down.
A first and 10, I believe. And this is actually, that's going to be 1st and 10. Motioning a receiver to the right. Hands it up the middle, gliding into the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders. Number 34, Cole Occhiolini to the fullback. And the Crusaders put 6 on the board.
Great run there, Andrew, from Occhiolini there. Indians maybe thought they were going to give it to Cunningham again, but the fullback just took it up the middle and just took it right in. No Indian was going to be able to tackle him, so Crusaders on the board early on in this matchup.
It looks like they're going to go for 2 here. 2 receivers on each side. Brennick under center. Hands it off to Cunningham. Cutting up the field. And the ball was knocked loose. But a whistle stops the play.
No good.
So the point after is no good.
Yeah, Troy Mitchell, one of the captains here for this Indians team, he was a little eager. He wanted to get that fumble recovery, but the whistle's blown, and even though you gave that touch on the Indians, it's still a good sign. It's only 6-0. You can come back after this one, especially with Jeremy Perez under center.
And going back to that touchdown, I mean, what a hole for Cole Occhiolini, as it really looks like there was nobody there on Wilcox's defense to stop him.
Yeah, no one was going to really touch him there. He took that one with relative ease there.
So again, your score here in the first quarter, 6-0 with the Crusaders in the lead, with about 9:22 left to go in the first quarter. As we're going to apologize for the wind. It's pretty windy conditions over here at Norwich Tech. So the Crusaders ready to kick it off here again for the 2nd time this quarter. A low kick goes to the ground. Soros trying to chase it down. It's still on the ground. Tries to cut up field and eventually pushed out of bounds at about the 5-yard line.
Now the real question is, Andrew, how are the Indians going to respond after that Crusader touchdown? Because, it didn't take long for the Crusaders to get on the board early. Only a couple plays there, and especially they benefited off that face mask penalty. So we are going to see if the Indians are going to respond quickly here.
And don't forget about the field position that they started out with. I mean, starting around the 40-yard line after the punt from the Indians. So Perez under center. And I believe we might get an offsides here on the Crusaders. As a player did jump, I believe it was number 52 who jumped, or Ryan. And it looks like we're going to get a false start here on the offense, so that's going to even back them up even more. So the Indians in a little bit of a pickle here. Starting out at just before the goal line. Cunningham back in the shotgun. Nope, moves under center. Takes a snap. I believe he tried to take that himself, but that is going to result. I believe that might have resulted in a safety. See a couple of players trying to get the signal, but I believe Perez took that up himself.
From the half-yard line.
But is stopped short.
Not an ideal start on this drive for the Indians here. As, you know, I didn't mention a lot too, but this Crusaders, both on the defensive lineman and the offensive lineman, have a lot of experience. Coach Jones said there's a lot of great experience and a good team here on the line, so they're certainly showing it now here early in this game.
Cunningham hands it off to Soros.
Tackled in the end zone.
And tackled in the end zone, so that results in a safety for the Crusaders. They tried to get it the play before, and now the result was what they were looking for the play after. In a tough position for the Indians. I mean, 2nd and 15, you're right at your own goal line.
Yeah, it was certainly tough indeed, you know. Not much the Indians could have done there, but tried to hand off the ball, but again, that Crusaders defensive linemen were all over that and result in the safety now. So the Crusaders now taking an 8-0 lead.
About 8 minutes and 34 seconds left to go in the first quarter. As the Crusaders are also going to get the ball back. This is going to be tough for the Indians as well. They're kicking into the wind. Which, again, that could have been the result of why that punt only went to the 40-yard line earlier in the first quarter, giving the Crusaders excellent field position on that drive. Martinez back and ready to receive the kick. And the kick is up. Good airtime in this one. Martinez able to recover it. Moving up the field now, avoiding one tackle. Still cutting up the field, eventually dragged down at the 39-yard line.
Martinez with the return.
A good return there from Martinez there. Another great field position by the Crusaders, similar to where they were last drive.
Again, excellent field position for the Crusaders to start out here.
Ball set on the 37.
The ball spotted at the 37. So 1st and 10. Two receivers on each side. Number 12, Czar in the backfield. Under center. Hands it up the middle. The ball's on the ground.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the quarterback.
Brennick quickly dives to the ground and recovers it back for the Crusaders.
Yeah, good instincts there from Brennick. You know, the ball got loose there very early. Brennick knew he had to dive for it. I don't think not a lot of Indian defenders knew, but smart idea from Brennick. And you know, you lost some yards there, but it's better, of course, better to lose those yards than to result in a turnover.
A 1st and 11 now for the Crusaders. Same formation. Czar in the backfield. He motions Cunningham to the right. Excuse me, to the left. Ball is back on the ground, this time recovered by the Indians.
Recovered by
As
Wilcox
Czar on the
Tech.
toss was
Turnover.
unable to retrieve it. Number 58 for Wilcox recovering the play. Michael Matasuko.
And you know, Matazaku is one of the, he's a really good player for this Indians team. You know, of course, he's a captain. He's very experienced here, one of the seniors, and it certainly showed there with that great fumble recovery.
Perez tosses it to the backfield, but an incomplete pass as he was trying to get that to Troy Mitchell, number 22, running a little out route from the backfield. And it looked like a good pass from Perez, but just through the arms of Mitchell.
And now, of course, you know, off the turnover by the Crusaders. It's going to be interesting to see how both these teams do here because, you know, the Indians know they can compete with this Crusaders team, so they certainly have to take advantage of this turnover.
Two receivers on the left and right. Perez in the shotgun. Motions Mitchell. Scrambling out, tries to make his way around, but is sacked in the backfield.
Tackled by Sylvan.
Sylvan Scalero. One of the players there to meet Perez in the backfield. Takes in the shotgun. Back in the pocket, throws downfield. And overthrows a couple of receivers, so that's going to be an incomplete pass. Looked like he had number 7 downfield. That was a leading receiver, Christian D'Agostino, as we do have a flag on the field. So a sideline warning. That's going to be against Thames River. However, 4th and 15 for the Indians.
Great job by the Crusaders defense to step up big there.
Almost blocked up in the air. Bouncing around the 50 and eventually stopped around the 47.
Ball's down by number 58. On the 47-yard line.
So what's interesting too, Andrew, is, you know, they've been about the Crusaders offense. You know, they've been handing off to Cunningham a lot. Of course, they got it to Okolini for the touchdown. Now I'm wondering where one of the seniors, Logan Starr, I wonder how much action he's going to get in this offense, because, you know, he did play a little bit of quarterback, but he's been mostly playing free safety now for the Crusaders defense. I wonder if he's going to play some offense.
Hands it off to Cunningham up the middle. Blocks a few, gets around a few tackles, and eventually stopped for about a 9-yard gain. I believe that will be 2nd and short for the Crusaders. About 2 yards to go.
8 yards on the carry, 2nd and 2.
Breaking the huddle. Brennick under center. Cunningham in the backfield. Tosses it to Cunningham. Moving up the field. He's got a lot of gain here.
With the carry.
And eventually brought down, but a flag on the field.
We have a flag on the play.
As that was surely enough for a first down, but we're going to have to see what the flag was.
Holding.
As we're going to get a holding on the Crusaders. So that hasn't been the first time we've seen that happen today, Ryan, for the Crusaders offense, especially on the same play, a toss to Cunningham in the backfield.
Yeah, you're right, Andrew. That's certainly some adjustments that, you know, the Crusaders have to make because, like, again, Cunningham's making some great runs, but then you get those holding penalties that just keeps you back. So they really got to work on that. I mean, it's only the first, again, we're in the middle of the first quarter here, but right now, you know, you're still winning, but it's still an issue.
Looks to be about 2nd and 7 here after the penalty. Motioning Cunningham to the left. Drops back in the pocket. Throws downfield for Martinez. And I believe they actually had Cunningham right in front of him.
A little miscommunication there between Martinez and Cunningham, but Cunningham at the last minute decided to catch that, but it was a drop, so it's going to be a second down now for the Crusaders.
Well, that's the thing on those types of plays is you want to create space between your receivers, and Cunningham and Martinez were practically on top of each other. So that doesn't really make it any easier for Brennick to make that throw.
3rd and 7.
So 3rd and 7. Brennick under center. Motions Martinez. Hands it off to the fullback. Up the middle. Still pushing through.
Oh,
And eventually stopped. Cole Occhiolini, the fullback.
Results in the play.
And that is
first
going to
down.
result in a first down.
Kawakilini and making some runs where it matters. First it was that easy touchdown, and now he gets the crucial first down on the 3rd down, and the Crusaders offense keeps on advancing. Move those chains.
Same formation, Brennick. Motions Cunningham. Hands it off to him. Moving up the field and met by number 54
Cunningham
for the
with the carry.
Indians.
Tackled by number 54.
Scott Putnam. Inside linebacker, the junior.
Great job by Scott Putnam. Really read that Crusaders play there, and he was able to get Cunningham down with relative ease. So
Gain on the play.
maybe the first down for the Crusaders, but don't think that the Indians are going to respond quickly here.
So no gain on the play. Occhiolini alone in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left and right. Brennick under center, motions Cunningham into the backfield. Hands it off to Cunningham. Cutting up to the left. Met by a couple of Indians for a couple of yards. So about a
2 yards on the play.
2-yard gain.
Bringing up 3rd.
3rd and 8. At about the 35-yard line.
Now perhaps we might be able to see Jackson Brennick, see that great arm of his, or they decide to hand it off to Cunningham, but it's a big 3rd down here for the Crusaders.
Tyler Longo now in the backfield for the Crusaders. Hands it off to Longo. Trying to make it his way upfield, but met by the Indians at the line of scrimmage. As that is going to bring up
Gain
4th
on
down.
the play. 4th down.
First punt of the day for the Crusaders here.
I believe they're actually going to try to go for it on this one, Ryan.
I think it's a good call because you gotta continue to play aggression, add that pressure to the Indians' defense, and just keep on attacking. So smart play by Coach Jones of the Crusaders.
Occhiolini alone in the backfield. Brennick under center. Drops back in the pocket. Throws it downfield and an incomplete pass. Intended, I believe, for Martinez.
Ball's turned over on downs.
So a turnover on downs, and the Indians have the ball back.
Good job from the Indians' defense, able to bounce back fairly quickly here. Again, still a 1-possession game here, reaching in towards the end of the first quarter. Jeremy Perez hoping to advance this offense here.
Just under 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Perez in the shotgun. Drops back in the pocket, throws a quick out. And I believe that's going to be a loss of 1 yard on the play. Throwing that to number 22,
Tackled by Rourke.
Troy
Ryan.
Mitchell. It's the second time we've seen a pass thrown to Mitchell today. As he did lose a yard on that play. So 2nd and 11 for the Indians.
We talk about it's very windy here at Norwich Tech, and that's certainly starting to take a toll, I believe, on these players, especially when you throw that football. It's certainly a big issue here for both Perez and Brennick.
Perez takes the handoff, rolling back in the pocket, throws it downfield, and that's a complete pass to number 1, Jacob Schwal.
That was
And a first set of downs for the Indians.
That was a beautiful catch from Shawal, Andrew. I mean, he made a perfect route, and he kind of had to, dive on that catch, and just advancing the ball for the Indians. What a play.
So hurry up offense here for the Indians. Perez fumbles the snap. Ball still on the ground.
Fumbled on the play.
Still waiting to see who recovered. I believe the Crusaders were first to get there.
Offense recovered the ball.
The offense actually has recovered the ball.
Result of the play is now second down.
So second down
15.
and 15 for the Indians.
That's a sign of relief for the Indians, Andrew. You can't get these turnovers, especially against this great Crusaders defense. So, getting a sign of relief if you're an Indians fan.
It's definitely what you want in your backfield is some quick players that are going to react and jump on that ball. So second and 15 now for the Indians. Perez takes the snap, handing it off to Mitchell, met in the backfield.
Oh,
And that's going to bring up third down. Cole Occolini on the tackle on that play for the Crusaders.
4 yards, bringing up.
Also playing linebacker for the Crusaders.
Occolini certainly showing his versatility here in this first corner for the Crusaders and gets that beautiful tackle.
Losing a couple of yards on the play. I believe it's 3rd and 17 now. Third down certainly must be a passing situation for the Indians. Perez takes a snap, drops back in the pocket. The ball is knocked loose on the ground.
Quarterback fumbled the ball.
So there to make the hit was
Covered by
Cameron
Cole.
Topkin. And Occolini was there to recover it.
1st and 10.
1st and 10 for the Crusaders. And Ryan, that's definitely best case scenario. You don't need to punt it now, and you got great field position for the Crusaders.
Oh yeah, you can't ask for a better position than they are in right now. Really on the Indians' territory here, able to recover that great fumble there by Occolini. Now the Crusaders in charge.
Cunningham with the
So
carry.
Cunningham met at the line
No gain on that play.
after being motioned into the backfield. So no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 to go. As the clock is winding down. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter in this one, ladies and gentlemen. 8-0 with the Crusaders in the lead. As we're going to step aside for a commercial break.
6-0, Thames River.
As we will be right back for more of the second quarter. Stick around.
At The Day, our journalists are in your community, talking with business owners, attending town meetings, analyzing data, talking to government leaders, reporting on the issues that matter most to you. Since 1881, we have been serving our community and will continue to do so 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Never miss a day of news. Enjoy convenient home delivery right to your doorstep, 7 days a week. Subscribe at theday.com/membership.
Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. At Waterford Dental Health, your smile and your health are our top priority, located at 177 Boston Post Road or at waterforddentalhealth.com. So welcome back into the campus of Norwich Tech for the CTC High School football matchup between the Wilcox Tech Indians and the Thames River Co-op Crusaders. The Crusaders in the lead heading into the second quarter, 8-0 in a highly offensive game for the Crusaders in the first quarter, Ryan.
Yeah, they got on the board. They scored on the touchdown here, but it was a easy run by Occolini for the Crusaders. And then they got a safety on defense. That's the two scores for the Crusaders. But now that we are starting the second quarter, they're looking to score some more here, Andrew. It's certainly going to be interesting here. As for the Indians, they really haven't advanced the ball past midfield. They need a lot of work to do. But, this Indians team is certainly capable of doing it. And they have to step up big on defense here.
So 2nd and 10 for the Crusaders. Brennick motions Cunningham. Hands it off to him up the middle. Moving pass, avoiding a couple of tackles. And eventually brought down. Tackled by number 6 for Wilcox on the play. Nicholas Chiretto, starting cornerback for the Indians.
Result of the play is a 1st down, 1st and 10.
So a 10-yard gain for Cunningham and results in a 1st and goal here for the Crusaders.
And Seth Cunningham, I know he's a freshman, Andrew, but he is certainly making a name for himself in the CTC. Such a dynamic running back.
Motions Cunningham to the right. Cutting up the field.
Cunningham with the
Eventually
carry.
brought down. I believe that was a 5-yard gain.
Gain of 9 on the play.
As that was actually a gain of 9. Number 64 on the tackle, Christian Pagan. So 1 yard to go to the goal line for the Crusaders, 2nd down. Occolini in the backfield. Brennick under center. Motions Cunningham. Hands it off to Cunningham, moving up the middle.
Cunningham with the carry.
Eventually punching into
Touchdown!
the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders.
And what a job by Seth Cunningham. A little bit of perseverance and determination there, trying to fight for it to the end zone. Eventually does get it in, and Crusaders extend their lead now to 14-0. What a run by Seth Cunningham.
Just over a minute into the 2nd quarter. Occolini in the backfield. Brennick takes a snap, hands it off to Occolini up the middle,
Occolini with the carry.
and the 2-point conversion is going to be no
No.
good.
Point after is no good.
You know, Andrew, of course, 2 touchdowns for the Crusaders, but they went for the 2-point conversion on both tries and haven't gotten it yet. So, you know, you get the touchdowns, but you're not converting on the 2-point conversions. And it's still now a 2-position game. And these Indians, they can try and come back here. Still plenty of time left in the 2nd quarter.
So again, the Crusaders up 14-0 in this one. About 10:44 left to go in the 2nd quarter. As we've seen so far through this one, Ryan,
Miller will be
the
kicking off.
Wilcox defense has really presented their team with a good amount of opportunities. You know, fumble recovery on the day. You know, an easy 3-and-out earlier for the Crusaders. So the Wilcox defense is actually looking pretty good right now, and they just got to find some rhythm on their offense to get this game going.
Yeah, I perfectly agree with you there, Andrew. Defense is doing their job, but so far the offense really hasn't. But, I mean, it's a lot of credit to the Crusaders defense. It is a great defense. So it's a matter of them going to step up here.
So moving up the field and met at the 45-yard line, number 47, retrieving the kick for the Indians, Dixon Peralta.
Brett Kruger with the tackle.
So 1st and 10 to go for the Indians at the 45. Excuse me, that's going to be spotted at the 44. Perez in the shotgun. Takes a snap, keeps it. Goes a little out route, and that's intercepted by the Crusaders, number 10. Jagger Peterson, the defensive back, gets the ball back for his team.
What an interception from the senior Jagger Peterson. It's senior day, and the senior gets the interception. Read that play perfectly and gets his team in great field position, Andrew. Jagger Peterson stepping up big here.
A lot of hang time on that pass from Perez. That's the favorite pass that we've seen from the Indians so far today, is just little routes out from the backfield to Mitchell. So after the interception, it's 1st and 10 at the 42. Hands it off to Martinez, cutting up the middle, avoiding a couple of tackles, still pushing through and eventually brought down.
With the carry.
And, you know, it was a great run, Andrew, by the Crusaders. And that's what makes this team so versatile on offense. You know, Dominic Martinez is a wide receiver, but he can play running back, as we just saw there. Got a few yards to advance there. And just a great run there by the sophomore.
2nd and 2 now. Looks to be at about the 34. Motioning Cunningham into the backfield. Hands it up to Occolini in the middle. and about a yard on the play.
Carry. First down.
And that results in a first down. So a 2-yard gain. Now 1st and 10 at the 20 now. Under 10 minutes left to go in the second quarter. The score again 14-0 in favor of the Crusaders. 1st and 10 at the 20. Brennick under center. Motions Cunningham. Hands it off to him. Now cutting up the field, Aquilini with a block up in front. Still pushing through, avoiding one tackle, and eventually brought down.
With the carry.
That's going to be second.
First down.
And that's actually going to result in a first down. So a 10-yard gain for Cunningham. And what a nice block from Aquilini up in the front, too, a leading blocker.
Yeah, it was a great run by Cunningham. I think they're even better block by Aquilini. Cunningham was, using his arm trying to tell Aquilini, hey, block for me. He did there, and he advanced the ball and was able to get that first down.
Brennick motions Martinez, tosses it to him in the backfield. He fumbles it. So down by contact in the backfield after the fumble. Martinez is able to recover it. So a loss of yardage on the play. Now about 2nd and 12 to go.
Again, just like how you mentioned, Andrew, that Indians defense, given those chances, again, even though you didn't recover the ball, you still fumbled it. You're still getting those chances. And you're going to have to step up big here in order to not allow a third touchdown.
Cunningham now up the middle.
Cunningham with the carry.
It's going to result in a third down. It looks like 3rd and 9.
4 to play, bringing up 3rd down and 8.
3rd and 8. Cunningham trying to put his team back in good field position. A 3rd down scenario now. Brennick under center. Motions Cunningham. Hands it up to him to the right. Pushing through. Met by number 54 on the tackle for the Indians.
Gain about 7 on the play, bringing up 4th.
That was Scott Putnam, the inside linebacker. So 4th and about 4.
4th and 3.
And, if you're the Crusaders here, I think it's smart here to go for it. You do have a 14-0 lead, but, why not continue that aggression? Why not continue adding that pressure to the Indians defense and get yourself on the board? It's only 3 yards, so I think it's a smart idea if they go for it, and it is. So good decision by head coach of the Crusaders, Darren Jones.
Motions Cunningham. Tosses it to him in the backfield, cutting up field. And is immediately met
Tackled by number 58 on the
at about the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a turnover on downs and a flag thrown out onto the field.
Ball will be turned over and down.
So again, a penalty flag on the field as we're going to have to see what the penalty is. 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Again, the result of the play was a turnover on downs before the flag was thrown.
Seems to be a flag on the play.
As the officials are having a conversation.
Score it's kind of happened, as the play was ending, so it's interesting to see. But, this flag is going to be big, whatever the result is.
We see one referee pointing to Wilcox, so.
Dead ball foul, personal foul.
Personal
Wilcox.
foul on Wilcox Tech.
It was a dead ball foul. First
A
down.
dead ball foul.
Wilcox.
So it's still going to result in a turnover and downs on a 1st and 10 for Wilcox, but that will back them up.
And, we saw last time, Andrew, last time Wilcox Tech was, backed up in their own end zone here. It resulted in a safety, so they're going to need to make sure they don't do that again.
So again, 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter. The Crusaders up 14-0. Wilcox on offense now. Two receivers to the left and right for Wilcox. Perez under center. takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. And the Crusaders immediately able to stop that one.
You know, I can't emphasize enough, Andrew, how good this defensive lineman has been for the Crusaders so far. It's really been doing good. Led by the senior Rourke Ryan. He made some great tackles in this game so far. And they are just keep on bringing the Indians further back and back.
Peralta in the backfield for Wilcox. Ran it up the middle on that last play. Perez in the shotgun. With the option play now. Tosses it over to Peralta. I believe that was no gain on the play. So 3rd down now for Wilcox.
If I'm Wilcox, you know, what I advise to do is, you know, pass the ball, I think, by Perez. Perez should take the throw, but you know what, take it quick, because we know how this defensive lineman and this defense can do for the Crusaders. So just, once you get the ball in your hands, Perez, find your receiver, take the shot, and just throw it quickly. Because right now the running game, you know, hasn't been working so far, so why not give Perez a chance to do his arm? We saw earlier in the game when he got a nice throw of over 10 yards, so take the shot if you're Perez.
So timeout for Wilcox now. And going back to that earlier play that you just mentioned, Ryan, Jacob Schwal, number 1, downfield, is able, you know, Perez is able to connect with him. So Perez does have an arm, but the past couple of times that we've seen Wilcox attempt to pass it, it was really just a couple of out routes from the backfield to number 22, Mitchell, and that they have not been able to connect on a whole lot today. So a big 3rd down scenario for Wilcox. This is certainly a passing scenario right now. So you got to think to who Perez is going to look to downfield. Or if they can try to catch the Crusaders off guard with some sort of running scheme. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Peralta in the backfield with Perez in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Hands up to Perella to the middle. A flag thrown on the play.
Flag on the play.
I believe Peralta was able to get at least 1 or 2 yards on that.
Tackled by Cameron Topkin.
Cameron Topkin on the tackle, number 45 for the Crusaders. Looks like this is going to be
Personal foul.
a personal foul.
Helmet to helmet.
Helmet to helmet
Result of the play, 1st down.
on the Crusaders, so that's going to award a 1st and 10 to the Indians.
And you know, if you're the Indians, Andrew, you know, you got to take advantage of that. I mean, you get a 1st down on that off a helmet-to-helmet penalty. Now you're slowly advancing the ball. Question is, can you continue to do it?
It's a very good opportunity presented to the Indians right now, because they've got to take full opportunity of it. 5:20 left to go in the 2nd quarter. Perez takes a snap, drops back in the pocket, and is met by a couple of Crusaders in the backfield as Perez is sacked.
Sacked in the backfield. Tompkins.
Met by 45, Cameron Topkin, and number 56, Nick Miller, in the backfield, and results in a sack.
And you know, Perez really didn't have enough time to really get, you know, at least look for a receiver, because Topkin and Miller, they went right for the offensive lineman and able to get that sack. So again, great job by that Crusaders defense.
So 2nd down now. Perez hands it up the middle to Peralta. He's able to get past the line of scrimmage for about a yard.
Tackled by Cole.
So it looks like 3rd and 15 now for the Indians, another passing scenario.
Gain on that play.
Peralta going to the sideline now. That's going to put number 42, Alberto Sayers, in the backfield. Perez dropping back, tried to get that. Looked like he tried to get that to number 42 out of the backfield. Saris unable to connect. So fourth and
15.
4th and 15 now for the Indians.
And, a lot of credit there to that Crusaders defense. They really just added that pressure on Perez. Nothing he can really do there. He just kind of had to throw it, dump it off. And so again, this defense for the Crusaders is certainly keeping the Indians scoreless as the Indians are going to take a punt here.
Martinez back to receive. That one's bouncing and rolling past the 40 and out of bounds.
Ball team out on the 40. First and 10.
You can hear the players yelling on that one. Poison, poison. Definitely not electing to go for it. Let it roll out of bounds. So the ball spotted at the 40. So 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in the second quarter. So the Crusaders have a 1st and 10 at the 40. Excellent field position. Brennick under center. And we're going to get a stoppage of play here. Whistle blown. Looks like we're just going to have to reset here. Brennick under center. Motions Cunningham into the backfield. Hands it off to Cunningham. Moving to the left. And is met at the line of scrimmage by number 57, Mateo.
Miniature player, Wilcox.
So 2nd and 9 now for the Crusaders.
Let's go, D! Catch somebody! Not playing right now.
2nd and 9. Motioning Martinez to the left. Looks like Brennick's trying to change things up a little bit. Back under center. Hands up top, leaning towards the middle.
Oh, with the carry.
It looks like a 5-yard gain for Aquilini.
Let's go!
6 on the play, bringing up 3rd.
Big play now for
and 4.
the Indians defense here, try and attempt to stop the Crusaders. And, I think maybe what they did earlier, hand it off to Cunningham, maybe get Aquilini to play fullback and, kind of block for him, going to lead the charge. It worked earlier in this quarter, so I think it can work again.
As we did see earlier, Cunningham had a big game with Aquilini as his lead blocker. Something you could go back to. 3rd and 4 now for the Crusaders. Motioning Martinez into the backfield. Hands it off to Martinez. Tries to make a couple of cuts, trying to avoid the tackle, but is met in the backfield. That's going to be a loss on the play. So 4th down now for the Crusaders.
Yes, indeed, 4th down now. The Indians defense did their job. And, it's going to be interesting to see if the Crusaders will decide to go for it or not. I think they really should because, right now the Indians haven't had much of a threat on offense. But, that can all change. But I still believe that the Crusaders should go on for it here. I think they will, Andrew.
So the Crusaders going for it on 4th down. Brennick under center. Drops back in the pocket. Looking downfield for Cunningham and almost picked off by number 6 for the Indians.
Turned over and down.
As that is going to result in a turnover on downs. Nicholas Chiretto, the cornerback, almost coming up with an interception for the Indians. That would have been 2 turnovers for the Indians today.
Yeah, again, great read from Chiretto. Resulted in a turnover on downs for the Crusader offense. And right now we'll see what the senior captain, Jeremy Perez, can do.
1:56 left on the clock, so the Indians going to have to go to the 2-minute drill here. Perez in the shotgun, and so it looks like we're going to get a false start on the Crusaders, and that's going to back them up. So now 1st and 15 at the 30.
1st and 15.
Come on, offense.
And checking in for the Indians is Michael Matuzaku, who recovered the fumble earlier for this Indians defense, not playing tackle.
Perez drops back in the pocket, throws downfield, able to connect with number 7, as that's going to result in a first down. Christian D'Agostino.
Gain of about 35 yards.
What a throw from Jeremy Perez, Andrew. He certainly used his arm as an advantage, able to get it to D'Agostino, resulting in the first down here. And the 2-minute offense here has certainly been working so far for this Indians offense.
A 35-yard reception for D'Agostino. Perez takes it, back in the pocket, throwing it for Mitchell, but unable to connect, an incomplete pass.
You know, even though it was incomplete, Andrew, 1, it stopped the clock, and 2, smart play by Perez because he almost got sacked there. He saw that coming, he just had to throw it, and was able to actually attempt to throw it. He actually got it, so good play by Perez.
A huge momentum shift after that catch by D'Agostino. And a good job by Perez on that last play. Again, he saw that, he had a couple of Crusaders tailing him in the backfield very quickly, so he's able to almost connect with Mitchell. Perez in the shotgun now. Takes the snap. Looks like a little miscommunication. He's going to try to take this up the middle. He's going to be taken down for no gain on the play. It looked like as soon as he took that snap, Ryan, that he was trying to look for any player in the backfield that was with him to toss the ball to. It looks like we were going with the option there, but it looks like Perez was forced to try to take it up the middle himself.
Yeah, again, Perez kind of had to improvise, and he certainly did there. It's a 3rd down now for the Indians. A little bit past midfield, big play coming up.
Perez drops back in the pocket, throws downfield. Looked like he had D'Agostino in the area again, but it's going to be incomplete.
4th down. 54
Fourth.
seconds left in the half.
4th down now for the Indians. They also had Sharetto in the area. Troy Mitchell re-entering the game.
Timeout, Thames River.
It looks like we're going to get a timeout from Thames River here. So it's going to be interesting to see with this 4th down situation. With 54 seconds left to go in the second quarter, Ryan, it's going to be interesting to see what the Indians try to go with here.
I think they should go for a 4th down. This is really relatively their first time that they're past midfield here on offense. So I think, you have to get some form of offensive aggression going. And, this is your best opportunity so far in this game. So why not go for it here, It's going to be interesting, even if they don't, there's less than a minute left until halftime. But, again, I think they should go for it. Perez, take the shot. Find some patience, though. His offensive lineman has to step up because Perez has been scrambling. He really hasn't had the time to really throw the ball. But when he did, he got a beautiful pass to D'Agostino. So, I think it's going to have to result in Perez's arm here if they do decide to go for it.
Perez does have, quite the arm. He's able to throw it downfield, but the other big issue here is
We are punting the ball.
so they're actually going to go for a punt here. Again, with 54 seconds left to go in the second quarter, Indians are going to elect to punt here. As they're at the 48-yard line. But again, going back to Perez's arm, he's got the arm strength, but it's also going to be the time in the pocket that he has because he hasn't had a whole lot of it. There have been times where he's going to have to fire the ball, away and hope for a completion. Martinez back to receive. Taking a couple of bounces, Martinez able to get it, cutting up field now, avoiding a couple of tackles, avoiding 2 more, cutting up the field, and eventually taken down by the punter. Number 25 on the tackle, Thomas Bonani. But what a gain for Martinez to the 40-yard line. First and 10 for the Crusaders.
Great punt return by Dominic Martinez. I've been saying it all game, Andrew.
41.
Martinez has the speed, really showed right there. And now with 40 seconds left, can this Crusader offense try and get some points on the board?
Cunningham in the backfield along with Occolini. Brennick under center. tosses it to Cunningham, cutting up field now. Acalini with a nice block, avoiding one tackle, and taken down at the 35-yard line. As we're going to take another
First down and a
timeout here.
Thames River.
Stopped at 31 seconds in the second quarter. And it looks like the Crusaders have plenty of time here, Ryan.
Yeah, they really do now, especially off that run from Seth Cunningham. With about 31 seconds left. They have certainly in good position to score here. And if they can execute, they can really get this to a free-possession game.
And you got to give a lot of credit to the downfield blocking that Cunningham has, especially with Acalini. You know, we saw it earlier in the second quarter, and now we're seeing it again here on this last play. Results in a 1st and 10 at the 35, just about, for the Crusaders. And with as little time that they have left, up 14-0 in the second quarter.
1st and 10, Thames River.
1st and 10 for Thames River. Brennick takes a snap, hands it off to Cunningham, moving up the middle.
Cunningham with the carry.
Trying to hurry up the offense here. Now 20 seconds left in the second quarter. So we're going to get a timeout taken by the Indians.
Smart timeout from head coach Trevor Jones of the Indians. You know, trying to reorganize their defense here, regroup here, because of course the Crusaders are really advancing this ball here with 14.5 seconds left. So reorganize the defense, find some plays in order to stop it, get the linebackers to be heavily involved. Coach Jones was yelling earlier on the sideline saying, where are the linebackers? So they really need to get involved here and try and stop Seth Cunningham and Cole Acalini.
So 14 seconds left in the second quarter, and that's really best case scenario for the Crusaders. That's what you want, is to force the defense to take a timeout, because we saw some players scrambling to get onto the field and for their defense to get set. So for the Crusaders, that's, you know, a huge bonus right there, trying to make this drive before the end of the first half, forcing the defense to take a timeout.
2nd and 4. 14 seconds left in the half.
So 2 receivers to the right. Cunningham motions to the left. Hands it off to Cunningham. Cutting up the field now. And eventually stopped.
Cunningham with the carry.
As that results in a first down, 7 seconds on the clock. And another timeout taken by the Crusaders.
There's 7 seconds left, Andrew. You know, if they do elect to run the ball, they really only have time for one play. But if they want to pass it here, they could have time for 2, depending on how much they scramble here. But it's a really close opportunity for the Crusaders here. Maybe they want to take a field goal. Maybe if Nick Miller wants to get a nice chip shot in. But lots of options here for the Crusaders on offense here with 7 seconds left.
Again, 7 seconds left in the second quarter. Crusaders up 14-0 over Wilcox Tech. As this would be a huge defensive stop for the Indians right now. As it is 1st and goal for the Crusaders. 2 receivers to the right. Brennick under center. Takes a snap, tosses it to Cunningham to the left, cutting up the field. Striding into the end zone, touchdown Crusaders. With 1 second left to go in the second quarter. As they're going to go up 20-0 just before the end of the first half. What a run by Cunningham.
Seth Cunningham really getting it in there. Nice toss there from Brennick. And Cunningham getting it without even not much people really touching him. It was a really aggressive play to sort of kind of end this first half here, but they're going to go for 2, and then we'll see what happens here.
So we're going to get a change of quarterback here. Number 4, Logan Starr in. Takes it up the middle. The point after is going to be no good.
Not in.
And that's definitely a situation that I feel like you would see Logan Starr enter the game, and especially on 3rd and 1s too. We haven't seen a whole lot of scenarios like that for the Crusaders, but that's a good changeup for the Crusaders, putting Logan Starr in. Again, he's a more mobile quarterback, and he's able to run the ball a lot more.
Yeah, Logan Starr is a great runner. He can certainly, try and advance the ball here. He didn't get in, though, for the Crusaders. Now they're 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions. And that's why the score of this football game is still 20-0.
So 1 second left on the clock, just before heading into halftime. Again, the score 20-0 with the Crusaders in the lead. Crusaders getting set here to kick it off.
Miller set to kick off.
Nick Miller with the kickoff. Ball's up. Moving past the 30. Taken at the 20. Now moving upfield, and he had a lot of open space on that one, but he is tripped up. Number 18 for the Indians, Trayvon Bellin, as he had a lot of daylight on that one, but he is tripped up, and that is going to do it for the first half of play, ladies and gentlemen. The Crusaders in the lead in this one, 20-0 over the Wilcox Tech Indians. An exciting game we've seen so far, Ryan.
Yeah, it really has been exciting on both sides of the ball. The Crusader offense, I love what they're doing in the backfield with Cunningham and Kouakalini. And, Brennick's playing a good game too at quarterback. And so this Crusaders, and on defense too, Jackson Peterson with an interception. Again, Akalini recovered the fumbles, so they're doing good on both sides of the ball. And as for the Wilcox Tech Indians, they certainly have to prove on offense. They really haven't advanced the field a lot, so they really have to a lot of halftime adjustment made. Still a relatively close game. I think the Indians are able to come back here, but it's been a really exciting first half, Andrew. It's been exciting to watch here.
And Ryan, quickly before we go into the half, I think that would have been a 20 to at least 6 game if on that last kickoff. If number 18 was not tripped up on that one, Trayvon Bellin, I mean, that was something to see, but he's just last second tripped up on that kick return.
Yeah, Trayvon Bellin really almost got that kickoff return for a touchdown. He was so close, but he just got tripped up. Really a shame if you're an Indians fan and you come up short there. That could have given you so much momentum going into halftime, but they still end up being held scoreless in the first half, 20-0.
So again, your score 20-0 with the Crusaders over the Wilcox Tech Indians, as we're going to step aside for halftime. We'll be right back for the third quarter. Don't go anywhere.
Logan brings heart. He brings heart to the program. He's coachable. He listens. He's a leader. And he brings that emotion that we're looking for into the huddle, not only on offense but on defense. There's been times where I was going to burn a timeout and head out on the field and just kind of give them that let's go, gentlemen, and you start hearing his voice in the huddle. You start hearing him firing up his teammates. He's that voice that you can't deny, and the kids respond to him. And as a coach, you sit back and you just kind of there's that breath. Okay, all right, we're going to be all right.
I was running back in youth, and then I remember during summer workouts during freshman year, the coach was like, hey, we need a JV quarterback. We don't really have anybody this year. And I went home, thought about it for a little bit. I was like, I'm kind of short to play this position. But I just went after it, and it went on for 3 years up until beginning of this season where big change came. I was on defense. It was tough at first because I was used to being quarterback, so I wouldn't get touched at practice at all. Barely get touched during the game. I played a lot of defense in youth, so my tackling, I was a little bit scared, to be honest, going back out there. All the memories from youth came back, just going out there and hitting anybody. It was a great feeling. Being ready to go wherever they need you, you'll be there.
I have a team full of kids that absolutely get thrown into August, a melting pot. They don't know each other, they play, or they even played against each other in youth football. Now you try to teach them a whole brand new offense, a whole brand new defense. And watching Logan from a freshman and progress and grow, he gets it. He's that senior that sees these young guys that are deer in headlights when they come in, and he's the one that's going to kick them in the butt and get them going, but he's also the one to let them know, hey, you'll be all right.
Honestly, I think it brings us closer. just bonding with these Grosso kids. And I know a couple of the kids who do basketball, they play each other during the winter. They play like Norwich Tech versus Grosso, and it's kind of tough because, you know, you're brothers for a couple of months during the football season. So it's really great to be close with guys from other tech schools and other schools.
Saturday is the day that everything will absolutely align and we walk off this field with our heads held high. Hard work pays off on game day.
Gonna pass, screen pass, caught by Heaney. Heaney breaks tackle, crosses the 50, and shoved out of bounds. Big gain, first down, Josh Heaney. Third down play, 3rd and 6 from the 8-yard line. Nurse under center. Gonna hand the ball off. Fake now on the little end around. It's Crow. Crow cuts it inside, diving for the end zone. Touchdown, Redhawks. Chris Jacks will come in for the extra point. Snap is high, but they get it down, and the kick is blocked. And it'll be no good, and 6-0 here in the early going. Desilis gonna pass on the slant. Cody makes a move, cuts it inside, breaks another tackle, heading for the end zone. What a play! Touchdown, Andrew Cody. Redemption for the drop, and the Wildcats have tied it at 6. Nurse gonna throw, rolls, gonna keep it himself. He needs a block, he gets one, cuts to the outside, first down and more. Nurse pushed out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. For the Redhawks on 3rd down. Keeps it himself, heads to the pylon, one man to beat, dives, waiting for the signal, touchdown, Jacob Nurse. Redhawks take the lead. Gonna hand it off, fake, and there it goes around the other end to Cameron Crow, and Cameron Crow has the 2 for the Redhawks. First down NFA, looking like they got something going here. Desilis gives it to Outlaw for a 3rd time, but that time he is wrapped up by a biggin. That's 64, Jacob Galarza. They've pinned him back twice. See what they can do on this 3rd one. They're going to get another great bounce.
Good. Look at these.
What a great bounce. That is 3 fabulous punts. 3rd and 6, 4:13 remaining, and Nurse under center for Killenly. Big third
play,
down
yeah,
play.
big 3rd down for both teams.
There's going to be a pass. Wide open. Down the sideline. Nate Keefe shoved out of bounds. Huge play. Nurse. Play action fooled everyone, including me. Keefe wide open. Toss right to Lopes. Cuts inside. Needs to break a tackle. And swarming to the ball, a host of Wildcats. Desilis will operate out of the shotgun. Stands back at his own 32. Gonna throw. Plenty of time. Pumps. Now dumps it into the pattern to Cody. Cody has a first down. Crosses midfield. Still on his feet. Breaks another tackle. And going to be wrestled to the ground at the 40-yard line at the 38. Fake handoff. Looking downfield. Desilis slings it over the middle for Mulkentine. It's caught. What a catch by Mulkentine. And he loses the ball. Out. And he's down on the goal line. Let's see what the officials say. They're going to say catch at the goal line. On first down, Desilis hands off to Outlaw. Outlaw puts his head in down and touchdown, Wildcats. Nurse. No, he's going to hand it off to Sharp. Sharp goes outside, puts his head down, first down, but that'll take us to halftime. So we're at halftime here at NFA. We're going to take a break in a moment, send you to commercial. There's a little Donnybrook on the field right now. Flag goes down. We're going to sort that out before we send it anywhere. Nurse. Going to throw. Pressured. And he's going to be sacked. Sacked on the play. Ethan McFadden, the junior. Now they back off. Nurse. Out pattern. And it's complete to Heaney.
Whoa, hook and lateral.
Not fooling NFA, though. And I'll tell you what, Chad Neal he has a fun playbook, doesn't he?
A couple of gadgets up his sleeve right there.
Nurse. Pressured on the edge. Steps up, but he's going to be sacked. He's going to be sacked. Big loss. Desilis going to throw. Now he's pressured. Rolls right. Throws on the run. Has a man. Mulkentine caught. First down. NFA at 6. Handoff. Fonville straight up the middle. Down to the goal line.
He's in. Oh.
No, I don't see the signal in. I think they're going to mark him down at the goal line. Right now, this is relentless is the right word. That was a great call. Again. Oh, there's our guy, Galarza. So 2nd and goal. Ball's now at the 3. Desilis gonna throw, pressured, and he'll be sacked. Sacked, Galarza. Desilis is gonna throw, pressure up the middle, corner route, has Cody, and he just overthrows him in the corner of the end zone. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is blocked. Blocked.
Blocked.
Second down and 6. Nurse. Hands off to Sharp. Sharp, big hole off the left tackle. Sharp breaks a tackle, and he's going to have a first down for the Red Hawks. The chains will move, the clock will tick, and the Wildcats will take another 4 down. First and goal, Nurse, quarterback, keeper, touchdown, Red Hawks. What a drive by Killingly. And Jacob Nurse, the senior quarterback, punctuates it with the touchdown, 20-13. Desilis, plenty of time. Now he's pressured, rolls, throws, complete, first down. Mulkentine coming. The clock will run. They'll
What
set
a big
the chains,
play, huh?
And a nice throw. He was pressured by Galarza. Good throw by Desilis, under 2 minutes. Desilis, throw, has a man. Cody, wide open, caught. Touchdown, NFA! Andrew Cody, big play. Wow! Desilis from the shotgun, in motion goes Cody. Desilis gonna throw, has time, corner route, looking for Cody. Did he stay in? He did! Tiptoe through the tulips, Andrew Cody, and we're tied at 21 on senior night at NFA. Nurse, hands off to Sharp, nothing there, and he's ridden out of bounds for a loss. With 33 seconds remaining, NFA is gonna have a shot. 18 seconds. Desilis gonna throw, pressured. They set up a little bubble screen to Cody. He's down the middle of the field, breaks a tackle, heads to the outside. Andrew Cody out of bounds at the 30-yard line with 8.8 seconds remaining. They want to win this thing now. Desilis stands at his own 35. Gonna throw, pressured, steps up, throws to the end zone, has a man, and it's incomplete. Jump into a prevent goes Killingly, NFA. One last shot. Desilis has time. Over the middle. Goes to Pearson Louis. And there goes Cody! Touchdown! Touchdown Wildcats! Hook and lateral! Stuns the Red Hawks! The Wildcats have pulled off a miracle on senior night!
I've seen a lot of things in high school football, but this is incredible. Wow!
Max Pierre-Louis with the reception. The lateral to Andrew Cody. Wow. And it will forever be known as the senior night miracle here at the Academy. NFA 27, Killingly 21.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe what I just saw.
What
is that?
A ball game!
The J strives to cover stories our readers care about. With a feature called Curious CT, we make it easier for you to tell us what you want to know about the people, places, and issues in southeastern Connecticut. You submit a question, readers vote, and we investigate and report. Go to theday.com/CuriousCT for more details. You ask, you vote, we investigate.
Time to rock with the ECC. We gotta wait 2 months to do it. But it's time to play in our backyard.
It is senior night, and it's a crisp evening on the campus of New London High School, and Canamella Field is ready for a rivalry. The home New London High School Whalers and the visiting East Lyme Vikings.
Senior night, some of you guys, that night's gonna come too quick, and you find out that it's a big deal. Congratulations. You know what else it is? It's a big deal to be a Whaler. You understand?
Hey, there's two things. I hate playing homecoming games. I hate the senior games sometimes, but I love ruining other people's senior games. So let's go and get ready to play.
Bring your heart to every play and just be a Whaler, because it's a privilege to to be in that green and gold. Understand that?
Let's go! East Lyme kickoff in the white, and the Whalers will have the first possession, and it is Callender heading straight up the field. Callender has a hole. Callender's speed. It's a foot race. Off to the races. Jalen Callender is gone. 6-0 Whalers.
Hey, just squib it from now on.
Welcome back. Friday Night Lights starts with a boom and a bang. Wow. Jalen Callender, he turned on the Jets at about the 50-yard line, untouched, my friend.
Play action, blitz. He eludes it, and he's not going to elude the second guy. Zachary Todd and Caleb Smith got to him after he avoided Galvin.
Good job! Good job!
Good snap. The punt is shanked. Partially blocked or shanked, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
Let's go! Right now!
New London's going to try to get some pressure. Perry's going to throw. Plenty of time. Corner route. In the air. Caught.
Good throw.
Looks like that's going to be a touchdown, but there's a flag on the play. Right now, it's a touchdown for Cam Hart. Boy, there is a flag.
That was a great throw to the back side of the pylon where only Hart could make a play on. I think it's offsides against New London.
Hey, way to go up and get that.
Third down. Over the middle.
Tip ball.
Tip ball. Intercepted by Galbo. Galbo. Pick 6. Vikings. Go, Galbo with the score. And East Lyme takes the lead.
That ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, Casey, and Scotty Galbo was Johnny on the spot and returned it for 6 points.
Hey, next play.
This time Callender has an opening, cuts to the outside. Callender crosses the 10 inside the 5-yard line. Big run and a 1st and goal for the Whalers. 3rd and goal, New London.
Great play here.
Handoff, and nothing doing. Bollinger got the carry, and nothing.
They go right back to the well with number 55 for East Lyme. Zach Todd stuffing that one.
And Pratt will operate from the shotgun. He's going to have to throw it. And he's pressured, and he rolls, throws in the end zone. He has Callender, and he drops it.
That was a great defensive play by Will Anglin.
Looks like the same play. This time a little toss sweep to Galbo. Galbo breaks a tackle, and then a big hit. Ball's loose. Charles Ziegler. And the flag's on the play, and New London's not happy, and I don't think so either. Galbo tripped and went down, and Ziegler was just standing there. They're going to call a hit on Ziegler, and I have to disagree on this one.
You good, Scotty?
They're going to go for it.
Yeah, huge 4th down here. Nice snap. Pressure comes from the edge. He's pursued. He's going to break the tackle, but he's going to ultimately be sacked. Pressure coming in from New London. Javon Christian.
Yeah, and Jaden McKenzie again, cleaning up the mess.
Hey, we got 4 minutes. What, 1 timeout? 1. Hey, let's pound at these kids. They don't want to hit, man.
Pistol formation, Callender in motion. They fake the jet sweep, handoff again to Williams. Williams got a big hole, showing speed. Touchdown, Whalers! Josiah Williams shows power, shows speed, and the Whalers take the lead.
We got ourselves a football game. That's what we came for. You understand?
Guys, be us. Keep our mouths shut, play some football, all right? They're going to do whatever they can to get under your skin, get you to get out of your game. Be smart.
The game is going to come down to who wants to play until the end. Do you understand?
Under center, ball's out, and there's a missed snap. It's still loose, and East Lyme's going to recover the football. How about that?
That is the 7th center quarterback mishandle or exchange, and Gasser was right there for East Lyme. Johnny on the spot.
And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, on the campus of Norwich Tech for the CTC high school football matchup between the Wilcox Tech Indians and the Thames River Co-op Crusaders. Back here for the second half of regulation. The 3rd quarter, fresh 12 minutes on the clock as the Indians are kicking off. Martinez for the Crusaders back to receive the kickoff. That's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. The score here, 20-0 with the Crusaders in the lead. And a huge offensive first half for the Crusaders, Ryan.
Yeah, it really was a big first half for the Crusaders. You know, 2 touchdowns by the freshman standout running back Seth Cunningham, And then the fullback, Koakalini, was able to score. So 3 touchdowns all on the run here for the Crusaders. Now let's see if they come out in the second half pretty strong. Almost did. They ended the first half pretty strong, ending up that touchdown by Cunningham. Nor the last second, so they're carrying over their momentum, maybe in the second half.
And this Wilcox Tech defense, they've really presented a good amount of opportunities today with a fumble recovery as well. Motioning Martinez into the backfield. Hands it up the middle. Still pushing through. Avoiding a couple of tackles and eventually taken down.
Martinez with the carry.
So Martinez with the carry. That is going to result in a second down.
Second down.
So 2nd and 5 here.
And we talk about Andrew, Dominic Martinez, what he did for this Crusaders team in the first half. He got that really good punt return earlier. That was in the second quarter.
He motioned Cunningham into the backfield. Hands it off the middle. So that's going to bring a 3rd down and about 1 yard to go.
Gain about 4 on the play, bringing down 3rd.
4-yard gain for Cunningham. Brennick under center again. This time handing it off to Aquilini, pushing through, and that's going to result in a first down.
First down.
These 3rd down conversions have been key throughout this game so far for the Crusaders. They certainly keep on advancing the ball, moving the chains, and wasting time, and less chance for the Indians offense to get things going.
So hurry-up offense here for the Crusaders. Hands it off to Cunningham, and is met by number 58 for the Indians on the tackle. Matasuko. So it looks like 2nd and 9 for the Crusaders. Handing it off to Martinez. Heading to the left, avoids one tackle, cutting up the field, and eventually tackled out of bounds. So 3rd down and a gain of about 8 yards. So it looks like 3rd and 2 now.
Gain of 7 on the play.
Excuse me, that's going to be a gain of 7.
2.
So 3rd and 2 to go. What a run by Martinez on that last one. It looks like the Wilcox defense was having a little trouble getting set. We've seen the Crusaders with a hurry-up offense so far into this 3rd quarter. Brennick motions Martinez. Hands up to Aquilini up the middle. Still pushing through, not down yet. Pushing to about the 50-yard line. And enough for a first down.
6 on the play.
That's twice that we've seen them go to Aquilini on those 3rd down situations, and he's able to push through and get a first down for the Crusaders.
Well, in football, when you got that 3rd down, especially a 3rd short entry, it's always good to have a power running back kind of try to get that. And Aquilini is listed as a fullback. It's really good for him to get those 3rd and 1s.
Cunningham trying to catch up to the field, and a hard hit from number 7 for Wilcox. D'Agostino. And a hard hit on Cunningham. But that's a 2-yard gain.
And D'Agostino making plays on both offense and defense, Andrew. We saw on offense, he caught that long reception as a receiver earlier off the throw from Perez.
Hands it off to Cunningham up the middle. Pushing through, not down yet.
Cunningham with the carry.
This is a 3rd down.
5 yards on the play.
5 yards. 3rd and 3 for the Crusaders. Quickly back to the line. One receiver on both sides. Brennick hands up to Aquilini again, pushing through. And another first down. Aquilini 3 times in a row on those 3rd downs, and he's able to push through and get a first down for the Crusaders.
Yeah, it's interesting here, Andrew, is Seth Cunningham's going to come out for this play, and Tyler Longo's actually going to check in. So interesting to see what kind of, maybe give Cunningham some rest, maybe kind of like change the offense up a little bit, but interesting storyline here.
Well, the Crusaders' offense is really on a roll here. Pretty much with a hurry-up offense in the first huddle that we've seen in a couple of plays for them. Usually after a couple of runs, they're quickly getting back to the line. So 1st and 10 at around the 35. Brennick under center. Motioning a man into the backfield. Hands him up the middle for number 24, Tyler Longo. As you mentioned earlier, stepped into the game. So 2nd and 6 now. Longo in the backfield again. Or excuse me, he's in the slot. That's Aquilini. Brennick drops back, looking downfield. Passes up in the air for Martinez and gets through his hands, so that's going to be an incomplete pass.
And I like the throw, actually. Even though it's incomplete, I like the throw from Brennick. It was just slipped out of the hands into the chest of Martinez. But, you know, you're making those shots downfield. Really, really smart, really aggressive, even though it was incomplete.
So now 3rd down and 6 for the Crusaders. After the incompletion. Aquilini and Longo in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left. Brennick hands it off to Longo. Heading to the left. Avoids a couple of tackles. And is eventually met by number 42 for the Indians on the tackle. That was Alberto Saris. As that results in a 1st down for the Crusaders. As they are still rolling along here. 7 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter.
And this drive, Andrew, has really been the story of 3rd down conversions, because the Crusaders have been doing it, you know, all in this first you know, possession hour for their offense, and again, wasting time and advancing the ball.
Brennick tosses it to Longo, heading to the right now. Met by a couple of Indians, still not down, and eventually tackled.
Go with the carry.
So Longo with the carry. And that results in a 2nd down and about 3 yards on the gain. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout by Wilcox. Ryan, this Crusaders offense is really moving and grooving here.
Yeah, they really are. You know, again, we've only seen the one throw from Brennick, and that was the incomplete pass to Martinez. But other than that, it's just been runs. You know, Cunningham, Longo, Aquilini, so versatile at the backfield. And they're taking advantage of this Wilcox defense. They're really starting to tire them out as well. Maybe that's a couple of reasons why that head coach Trevor Jones of the Wilcox Tech Indians wanted to call a timeout. Give the defense some rest, and 2, make some adjustments, because the running game for the Crusaders has just been dominant in the early on in the 2nd half.
And that's really the longest throw going back to that attempt to Martinez down the sideline. That's really the longest throw that we've seen from Brennick all game, really. As again, the Crusaders have been sticking to that running offense so far, and that could have been a huge catch for Martinez. So 2nd now at the 20-yard line. 2nd down, Brennick under center. Longo still in the game. In the backfield along with Aquilini. 2 receivers to the right, motioning Martinez to the left. Hands it off to Martinez, looking for a hole to cut up field. And eventually is able to get a couple of yards in that play. 3rd down. It looks like 3rd and 2 to go for the Crusaders.
6 on the play.
Big 3rd down for the Indians defense here. You know, they haven't really had a chance to stop the Crusaders on 3rd down. Again, another 3rd down is presented here. And if they could do it here, it'd be big. It'll be interesting to see if the Crusaders maybe want to go for it, but they're still going to try to hand it off here.
Motioning Martinez now. Hands it off to Longo. He's got a hole. Moving up the field, eventually brought down. I believe that's going to be enough for a 1st.
Result in a play, 1st down.
So far in this one, we've seen Cunningham really taking a lot of runs for the Crusaders, but Longo really saying that he can do that too.
He really has, and it's setting up the 1st and goal now for his team here, looking to extend this 3-possession game.
1st and goal for the Crusaders.
1st and goal.
2 receivers to the left. Brennick under center, takes snap, hands it off to Aquilini up the middle, gliding into the end zone. Touchdown Crusaders. Aquilini with a wide open hole up the middle. And his 2nd touchdown of the day. 26-0 with the Crusaders in the lead.
Yeah, Aquilini really making a name for himself in this game. He scored the very opening touchdown. He recovered a fumble on defense. Now he got his 2nd touchdown of the day here. Aquilini is doing everything on the field today for the Crusaders. 26-0 now.
So I believe Aquilini went to the sideline, and Longo and Cunningham now. So it's going to be interesting to see if they line up together in the backfield or what formation that the Crusaders are going to elect to go with here, going for the 2-point conversion. Breaking out from the huddle, Longo in the slot as we are going to get a timeout. by the Crusaders.
Yeah, you know, a smart decision, Andrew, I believe, because maybe there was some miscommunication here for the Crusaders on what they want to do and how they want to do a certain formation. But
Timeout.
decided to call the wise timeout.
It looks like their offensive coordinator was looking for something to happen a little bit more quickly on that one. But again, you saw Cunningham and Longo both in the game, or excuse me, in the play for that one. Longo going into the slot. Cunningham, I believe, was in the backfield. Again, the score 26-0. And look, it's going to be interesting to see what Wilcox is going to have to do to keep this a 26-0 game, as they've been successful throughout the most part of the day on these two-point conversions and not letting the Crusaders come up with it.
And I think that's why also they call a timeout because for the Crusaders. They know they've been 0 for 3 on third downs, but they want to convert on this time.
Cunningham in the backfield. Two receivers to the left and right. And the officials are going to reset the ball here. Waiting to get set. Brennick under center. Motioning Longo. Hands it off to him. Cutting up to the right. And they're going to go for a pass here, but he's met in the backfield by as he hasn't been rolled down yet. And now finishing the tackle, number 58 for the Indians. That was Matasuko.
Yeah, Matasuko making plays for this Indians defense here. He knew that Longo wasn't quite down yet. He made the aggressive tackle and stopped the two-point conversion for the 4th time today.
I believe it was originally number 6 who was going for that first attempt right there, Nicholas Charetto, who was trying to make that first tackle there, but Longo was still up. And again, we mentioned how interesting it was that Longo and Cunningham were both in the lineup for that play, and certainly trying to come up with something interesting on that one. It was you saw Longo was trying to go for the pass there, trying to catch Wilcox off guard, but Charetto and Matasuko both there to finish the play, and they have not let the Crusaders come up with a two-point conversion today.
And that took about half the quarter, Andrew. That one drive alone for the Crusaders offense took almost half the quarter, a little over 6 minutes left. So the Crusaders did two things great on offense. One, they scored a touchdown. Two, they wasted a lot of time. So it's been all Crusaders today, Andrew.
Miller with the kickoff. Bouncing around the 30, that's going to roll out of bounds. A flag on the play as a result.
Penalty on the play, ball went out of bounds.
So the ball went out of bounds on the kickoff, as that was the result of the penalty. 6 minutes and 6 seconds left to go in the third quarter. I mean, you mentioned, Ryan, that was a lot of time taken up on that drive for the Crusaders, but that's what you want in your offense. I mean, it was mostly running as well, so you're chewing up a lot of time on that clock. There was only really one pass attempt that they tried down the sideline to Martinez that ended up being an incompletion, but a lot of time chewed up by the Crusaders offense. And now we're going to have to see what the Indians are going to come up with heading in their first drive of the third quarter. So Perez drops back to pass. Trying to get the ball off. Able to do so. He's got a man downfield, but right through the hands of Miller.
Incomplete.
I don't think that could have been a more perfect pass from Perez, especially the pressure that he was under in the pocket. He's able to get it off in the nick of time, but Miller right through his hands.
It was very close, Andrew. Perez is able, he had the time. He hasn't really had a chance to get the time to throw it. He throws the long ball, actually got to his fellow captain, Troy Mitchell, and he was just so close. Maybe if Mitchell almost dove for that, but was so close and quite just didn't get an incomplete pass.
Perez takes the snap. This time handing it off up the middle to number 47, Dixon Peralta. And gains a couple yards on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
3 on the play, bring it up 3rd and 7.
Even though it was a long pass, Andrew, I like the aggression. You're down by 26 here. Why not take some shots downfield? Maybe you draw a pass interference and give your receivers a chance to try and catch the ball.
Now Perez in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back to pass, a little out route. He's got a man moving downfield now past the 50. Still moving downfield past the 40. Striding down the field. He's got a lot of room. and into the end zone for an Indians touchdown.
Nicholas Sciarretto with the touchdown for the Indians. The senior wide receiver making it plays when it counts, gets his team on the board for the first time today off that nice short pass by Perez. 26-6 now.
Nicholas Sciarretto with a lot of land to cover on that one. What an incredible play for the Indians. Certainly a huge momentum boost in the third quarter.
It was really just, again, beautiful play now, and Sciarretto just had so much room to run. He was really had some speed there, and really, if you're an Indians fan, it's good to see your team on the board here as you're going to kick or attempt to kick the extra point.
25, set the kick.
Number 25, Thomas Buani, as the kick is blocked by the Crusaders.
Blocked by number 52, Rourke
Number
Ryan.
52, Rourke Ryan. The defensive lineman coming in to block the kick.
Rourke Ryan's been making plays on defense to talk about earlier in the first half, and now he gets a nice block on special teams. So what a way to respond off that touchdown.
So now the Crusaders, as the score 26-6, still up by 20. It's going to be interesting to see how they'll be able to respond after a play like that from Sciarretto.
It really will be interesting, Andrew, because, again, his first touchdown he gave up all day, first score he gave up all day. But, you know, this Crusaders defense, you know, there's a reason why they're 6-1. There's a reason why they won 5 straight. They're such a great team, and they know how to bounce back. So I think if maybe they just play their normal offense, you know, get the running game going, get it to Cunningham, get it to Acalini, and, you know, get it to those two. We really waste that time, kind of what you did in that earlier drive, too, in the third quarter. If you can do that, waste that time, get it to your running backs, perhaps when you score a touchdown again, that could be the successful recipe for the Crusaders on this drive.
So the Crusaders, starting out the third quarter, were able to take up a lot of time as the Indians, in literally a little over a minute, were able to score a touchdown. So the kick is up. Martinez back to receive it, moving up the field now. Passing, he's got a lot of open room. Past the 50 now, towards the 40. Taken down at the 45 by Miller. Martinez is able to take the ball back to the 45 for the Crusaders.
Dominic Martinez, you know, making great plays on special teams, using his speed as an advantage, as I've been saying all game long, really advancing the ball down the field, and great field position for his offense.
Martinez, a very versatile player. We've seen him take a couple of snaps in the back, or excuse me, take a couple of handoffs in the backfield as well. His quickness, his speed is really effective for this Crusaders offense and special teams. Martinez motioning into the backfield. Brennick hands it off to him as he's met behind the line of scrimmage by number 54 and 58 for the Indians. Matasuko and Putnam able to make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 11.
Nice no-huddle offense here, Andrew, for the Crusaders.
As we're going to get a flag on the play. So Cunningham motioned into the backfield and took the snap. He was able to recover after almost slipping, as we've seen that happen a couple of times to Cunningham so far. Out on that, you know, grass field. It's going to be pretty slippery. And I believe this was a penalty on the defense. So that's going to back up Wilcox. Looks like 2nd and 5 now for the Crusaders. An excellent field position after the kick return that brought him to the 45 for Martinez. And after the penalty, they've got 5 yards to go till the first. Hands it off to Acalini, moving it up the middle. Still not down yet, it's able to get a couple of yards on that one. Matasuko Jr. on the tackle, number 58 for the Indians.
3rd and 1.
Winding down to 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Another third down here for the Crusaders. We've seen this plenty of times in the second half.
Hands it off to Cunningham, moving to the right.
Cunningham
eventually taken down. It looks like that'll be enough for a first down. So fresh set it down for the for the Crusaders. 1st and 10 at the 19.
First down, Thames River.
Under 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Brennick under center. Motions Cunningham to the right. A quick toss to the fullback, Aquilini. Moving up the field, taken down. So a quick little toss to the fullback, Aquilini, and that's going to be a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 now.
The versatility for this Crusaders backfield is continuing to show between Aquilini and Cunningham. They are both making great plays on offense.
Motioning Martinez, hands it off. Now moving to the left. Trying to cut upfield, he found an open hole. Tackled by D'Agostino. And a couple more Indians come in to finish off the tackle. But enough for a 1st and goal now after the run for Martinez.
1st and goal.
So fresh set of downs for the Crusaders.
You know, now that's 1st and goal, Andrew, I expect to see a nice run or handoff straight down. They're going to get a lot of linemen here, maybe use Aquilini as a blocker, hand it off to Cunningham, make his blockers make the right plays, and get Cunningham into the end zone.
So we got 52 in the backfield now for the Crusaders, taking the handoff, moving to the left, and is eventually taken down. That was Rourke Ryan, the offensive lineman, taking a handoff in the backfield.
You know, it's not a terrible thing to do. You've seen it in the NFL too. You know, sometimes a lineman will try to take a handoff here, and Rourke Ryan was able to create some room, but wasn't just enough to get into the end zone. So, you know, it's different. I like it. Try to catch the defense off guard, but just didn't get it to go.
So now the Crusaders in the huddle. 2nd and goal now after the run from Ryan. And Ryan's still in the backfield for the Crusaders. One receiver on each side, motioning Martinez to the left now. Handing it off to Ryan. Moving up the middle.
Ryan with the carry.
Still waiting to see if he was able to punch it in, but I think he's going to be stopped short here. So 3rd and goal now for the Crusaders.
And this goal line defense so far for the Indians has been good on this drive. Again, still at least one more play, maybe 2. But they got to continue to play aggressive, trying to get a rush here, a nice blitz action going here.
So again, 3rd and goal for the Crusaders. Moving to the line of scrimmage, Brennick under center. Rourke Ryan still in the backfield. Motions Martinez again to the left. Ryan with the handoff. Trying to move to the middle. And is able to punch in the end zone. Rourke Ryan with a Crusaders touchdown.
And what did they say, Andrew? The 3rd time's the charm. Rourke Ryan able to punch it in for the Crusaders. Continues to extend this lead for his team. Rourke Ryan making plays on both sides of the ball.
32-6 the score now after the touchdown from Rourke Ryan. And he's a pretty big kid to have in that backfield, so must have been pretty easy for him to, again, punch into that line, into the goal line.
That's our heavyweight, Rourke Ryan.
As you heard the PA announcer, the heavyweight Rourke Ryan. And it looks like the whole Crusaders sideline was pretty pumped up for that.
So were the fans, Andrew. We heard some screams from behind us. The fans are loving the senior on senior day scoring a touchdown.
So now Brennick under center. Motioning Cunningham. Hands it off, cutting up to the right. Trying to get past a couple of defensive players, and he's able to get in for the 2-point conversion. Making it a 34-6 game.
That was their first 2-point conversion, Andrew, on the afternoon for the Crusaders. So really big, able to get over that hump there.
So again, another drive for the Crusaders that we've seen them take up a lot of time on, especially after the Indians come back and respond with a touchdown. That 55-yard reception on a short little out route to Sharetto. Moves down the sideline for a touchdown, makes it a 26-6 game. And now the Crusaders responding back with taking up a lot of time on offense and resulting in some points. So now the Crusaders getting set to kick off here. Wilcox looking to respond. A minute and 11 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Again, the score 34-6 with the Crusaders in the lead.
Nick Miller starts to kick off.
Miller with the kickoff for the Crusaders. keeps it low. Taken by number 64 for the Indians. He's going to elect to go down at the 45. That was, again, number 64, Christian Pagan. Was able to scoop up the ball on that kick return and went down at the 45.
Smart play entry by Pagan because he knew he just had to go down right away because there was a lot of Crusaders players coming to him. And he really was going to, it didn't look like he was going to try to break a lot of tackles. So just go down, avoid the fumble, and allow your offense to move the ball.
Excuse me, he's taken down at the 35. So 1st and 10 for the Indians. Perez in the shotgun. He's trying to get the Crusaders defensive line to jump on this one. Now motioning a man to the middle, hands it off to number 1. Moving up the side, moving to the left on that one. That was Jacob Schwal, and he's met behind the line of scrimmage.
Along with Nick Miller.
And the tackle was made by Rourke Ryan and Nick Miller. So Ryan, after scoring the touchdown just seconds ago, makes a tackle on defense.
Looks like Schwal is limping after that play. He took the handoff after being motioned down. Now coming in to replace Schwal was number 42, Alberto Saris. And Schwal limping off the field. Motioning Miller to the center. Perez under some pressure trying to get upfield, and he's eventually tackled at the line of scrimmage. That's going to result in a 3rd down. The Crusaders' rush on their defensive line has been very quick in getting to Perez today.
They really have, and Perez hasn't really had the time to throw the ball. Once you have always had the pressure, it doesn't give you time, doesn't allow the quarterback to get his normal game going. He's really being caught off guard in this and throughout this game in general. So Perez is trying his best. He's been making a few plays, but just not enough.
And that is going to do it for the 3rd quarter in this one, ladies and gentlemen. The score again, 34-6 with the Crusaders in the lead. As we are going to step aside for a quick commercial break, and we will be right back for the start of the 4th quarter. Don't go anywhere.
The J strives to cover stories our readers care about. With a feature called Curious CT, we make it easier for you to tell us what you want to know about the people, places, and issues in southeastern Connecticut. You submit a question, readers vote, and we investigate and report. Go to theday.com/CuriousCT for more details. You ask, you vote, we investigate.
Game day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. At Waterford Dental Health, our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the personalized, convenient, and affordable dental care you and your family deserve. Visit us at 177 Boston Post Road or at waterforddentalhealth.com. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to the campus of Norwich Tech for the CTC high school football matchup between the Wilcox Tech Indians and the Crusaders of Thames River Co-op. The Crusaders in the lead in this one, 34-6, as we are just about ready for the 4th quarter. So a fresh 12 minutes on the clock. As it is a 3rd and 11 for the Indians now on offense. Perez in the shotgun. He's got Saris in the backfield with him. Drops back to pass. Under pressure, gets it to Saris. And is eventually taken out of bounds. So a quick pass to Saris from the backfield from Perez, and that's going to result in a 4th down. It looks like they're going to go for the punt.
Yeah, smart play, or smart decision, I should say, by the Indians. You really don't want to go for it right now, especially when you're on your own side of the field. Don't take that risk to get a turnover on downs and just allow the Crusaders to have great field position. I know you're down by quite a lot here, but still a smart decision in my opinion.
Martinez back at the 40 to retrieve the punt. The kick is off. Rolling past the 45, now past the 40. And it looks like that's going to roll all the way to the 37.
Ball turned over and down.
So now the Crusaders taking over on offense here. Again, the score 34-6. And Ryan, in the 3rd quarter, we saw the Crusaders offense was really able to take up a lot of time on their drives.
Yeah, I really did. We all saw that. And I expect the same thing to happen too now that it's the 4th quarter. They've played a fantastic game. Can't ask for a better game that the Crusaders have been playing rather. So kind of expect to, again, do a lot of handoffs here, try to waste that time, and not allow the Crusaders to attempt to come, or excuse me, the Indians, rather, to attempt to come back.
As we're going to get a flag on the play here.
Flag on the play.
So it looked like we were going to see a handoff to Martinez on that play. And some substitutions for the Indians now into the game, as that's going to back up the Crusaders after the penalty. That's going to back them up about 5 yards now, so 1st and 15 at about the 33-yard line. Two receivers on the left and right. Occolini in the backfield. Brennick takes the snap, drops back to pass. A quick one over to 45, still moving. Now past the 45. A quick 10-yard pass to number 45 for the Crusaders. That was Cameron Topkin. Is able to get that one to the 46-yard line.
You know why I'm such a big fan of that play, Andrew? It was simple. It was simple, and it worked for the Crusaders there. Really, Topkin was able to advance the ball. Even though it's a second down, you got a lot of yardage there. So, great play by the Crusader offense.
Brennick drops back to pass again. A little out route to Cunningham through his hands. So, incomplete. Cunningham from the slot runs a little out route to the left, and it results in an incomplete pass. The play before that, again, Ryan, you said it was a very simple play, a little slant over the middle for Topkin, and it results in about a 10-yard gain, and it puts them back in a position now after the penalty being backed up to 1st and 15. Now it's 3rd and 3 for the Crusaders. It's going to be interesting to see if Brennick's going to drop back to pass again in this one. So Brennick under center. Hands it off to Occolini this time. He's got a lot of open field. And that's going to result in a 1st down, about a 5-yard gain.
It's some deja vu. Occolini with a 3rd down conversion. We've been seeing that a lot today, and he just did it right there. So this Crusaders team is just running the ball on 3rd and shorts, and it's really been working.
That was more than a 5-yard gain, as he was able to get that past the 50 and to about the 45. So 1st and 10 now for the Crusaders. Brennick under center, motions Cunningham to the backfield. Quick toss to Cunningham, now cutting up the middle. Gets past a couple of players, eventually taken down at the 40. So a 5-yard gain for Cunningham. 2nd and 5 now at the 40. So again, the Crusaders, very fast-paced offense, but again, chewing up a lot of time as they did to start out the 3rd quarter, and they're doing that again now in the 4th.
Yeah, it's been the story of the second half for sure. Even though Wilcox Tech did score a touchdown here, they really haven't done much since. Still a lot of time left, but they're wasting. The Crusaders are wasting.
Brennick drops back to pass, bobbled around and intercepted by D'Agostino, now moving down the sideline. Past the 30, now the 20, down to the 10 and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the Indians.
And what the instincts by Christian D'Agostino, the junior, able to get the beautiful interception. It was off the tipped pass, and he just took it all the way, not being touched. And the Indians, trying to stir a little bit of comeback here of 9 minutes left. And they're making some nice long plays here to score touchdowns. One off a really long touchdown pass, now a really far interception return for a touchdown. And this Indians team, don't count them out just yet, Andrew.
And what a play by D'Agostino. Again, a little out route for Martinez from Brennick, and it's bobbled around and ends up into the hands of D'Agostino, and he's able to take it all the way back. And that results now 34-12. The Crusaders still in the lead.
Timeout on the field.
As we get a timeout on the field. But what an incredible play by D'Agostino. Again, talk about being at the right place at the right time. Again, that pass was bobbled around by Martinez on that little out route, and D'Agostino was able to make a play on it.
Yeah, and D'Agostino, now he's such a versatile player. Now after he got that interception return for a touchdown, he caught a nice long pass earlier in the first half off the catch from his quarterback, Jeremy Perez. So D'Agostino is being quite the versatile player for the Indians.
And of course, the Indians now finding a little bit of rhythm on both sides of the ball. Their defense has been having a pretty good day so far since the first start of the game. But now their offense finding a little bit of a rhythm too. Again, after that long play to, I believe it was to Sharetto. A little out on that out route from the backfield, and he turns it into a 55-yard reception for a touchdown. Now going for the PA attempt for the Indians. It looks like they're going to try to fake it here for the pass. Throwing it to Mitchell. He's able to catch it. Now running in, and the two-point conversion is good. Cole Mitchell on the pass from the kicker as they fake it. Number 25, Thomas Boani. He's able to complete the pass to Mitchell. How about that?
That was certainly something, Andrew. That was a beautiful play. A little fake there action. And I got to give a lot of credit to that catch by the senior captain, Troy Mitchell. He used one hand to grab it, and he was able to fight it and get into the end zone for the two-point conversion. That was one of the best two-point conversions I've ever seen, Andrew.
Well, the Indians' defense has really done a good job of stopping the Crusaders on all their two-point conversions. And now the Crusaders coming up with a fake PA attempt to Troy Mitchell. And he had a couple of Crusaders around him too, and he was able to avoid the tackle and get right into the end zone. So 34-14 now. After the pick six from the Indians from D'Agostino and a two-point conversion from Blani to Cole Mitchell. 34-14 game with the Crusaders still in the lead as they're now ready to take the kick return. Martinez in the back. Blani on the kick for the Indians again. As we saw an excellent return earlier from Martinez, as he was able to take it all the way to the 45. And we're going to see if he's able to do the same again. A low kick, this one rolling, as that's going to be out of bounds at around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, of course, that's going to result in a penalty against the Indians. So maybe not the most wise kick in the world. Crusaders are able to have a very good field position off the touchdown from the Indians. So Crusaders really, they have a 20-point lead. Don't really have to kind of rush on offense, but doesn't hurt to waste that time and continue to advance.
So 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. The chain gain is moving after the penalty. Again, that kick rolling out of bounds. And that's going to be, ball's going to be spotted at the 46. Brennick making a couple of adjustments. Hands it off to Cunningham. Flags on the field. Cunningham cutting up the middle, avoiding one tackle, avoiding another one. Brennick making some moves and eventually taken down by Mitchell. But there are flags on the field, so we're going to have to see if this eventually will come back.
3 flags on the field to be exact. There was one closest to us. That was called right as the play snapped. And there was another one called at the middle of the field, kind of as the play started to advance, and then one towards the end. So a lot of flags being thrown on this play.
The officials having a conversation about it. Again, 3 flags on the field, and 2 of them were thrown as soon as the play started. And Cunningham taking the snap into the backfield, and it was a pretty good gain, but looks like these are going to be on the Crusaders. And we've seen that happen a couple of times in the first half, Ryan, where Cunningham would have a pretty good gain moving either to the left or the right and up the field, but it would be called back on a couple of holding calls.
Yeah, that really happened in the first quarter a lot, but I haven't seen it much since. So, especially in the fourth quarter, kind of costly. Really can't make those kind of decisions. But it's hard. Sometimes, especially if it's a holding penalty. Trying to get the lineman. You exactly don't know what to do sometimes. But
so one penalty being a false start, and then a block in the back and a holding, all on the Crusaders. The official having a conversation with Coach Jones for Wilcox about what he wants to do here. Again, 3 penalties all on the Crusaders, a block in the back, a false start, and a holding. you definitely don't want to see that for the Crusaders. Three different calls on that one offensive play. So this eventually will back them up. So we're going to have to see how much that will add up to. Again, a false start, then a block and a back, and a holding.
10 yards.
So that's going to back them up 10 yards.
We have 3 fouls on the offense.
3 fouls on the offense that results in backing them up 10 yards to the 39-yard line. And that's going to be 1st and 15 now.
1st and 20.
Or excuse me, 1st and 20.
Now, how will the Crusaders respond? You know, some costly penalties there in the 4th quarter. Crusaders got to rely on the running game now in order to move the chains.
Brennick, a quick toss to Longo. He's got to track that one down as that's a live ball, and it's recovered by the Indians.
The fumble on the play.
So a fumble as Longo was unable to take that handoff. It was a quick little toss from Brennick, and it is recovered by Wilcox. So 1st and 10 now for the Indians.
The Indians really trying to stir a comeback here. Again, only down by 20, about 8.5 minutes left. Able to get another turnover. First, the interception return for a touchdown by D'Agostino. Now a fumble recovery. The Indians getting 2 straight turnovers.
So now 1st and 10 for the Indians. About the 43-yard line. Brennick trying to get the defensive line to jump. And it looks like that is going to be encroachment on the defense. So we've seen Brennick do that quite a few times today, is trying to get the defensive line to jump. This time he's successful. 1st and 5 now for the Indians. Perez now in the shotgun. Takes the pass, or the snap, drops back to pass, throws downfield. It looks like that is going to be a pass interference on the Crusaders, as that defensive back did not make an attempt to look back for the ball.
And I believe, if I'm correct, that's going to be against not one, maybe 2 Crusaders. And it really didn't have a time to really kind of get the ball going, but again, costly penalty is careless mistakes by the Crusaders keeps on happening here and just allowing these Indians to come back.
The clock is stopped at 8 minutes and 17 seconds. Pass interference on the Crusaders. As Perez was throwing downfield, he had number 6, where he was trying to throw it to Sharetto, who had that very big touchdown earlier in the 3rd quarter. So Perez in the shotgun again. Takes a snap, rolling out of the pocket, looking downfield, throws it up. He's got D'Agostino, and it's batted around and incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
D'Agostino is able to get a finger on it, but it results in an incomplete pass. 2nd down now for the Indians.
Yeah, D'Agostino was fighting with Aguilar, and they were trying to get the ball. It was like, who wants it, you know? Nice man coverage action. But, you know, it was clean. No penalties called at all, resulting in an incomplete pass. And now 2nd down for the Indians.
2nd and 10 for the Indians. It's going to be interesting to see if Perez will go for another pass here. Looking to change things up a little bit. Takes a snap. Hands it off this time to number 47, who's met in the backfield. Peralta trying to take it up the middle. This results in no gain. 3rd and 10 for the Indians. Just under 8 minutes left to go in the 4th. Looking to get set here. 3 receivers to the right. Excuse me, to the left. Shreddo on an island over on the right. Perez moving into the backfield, and before he gets the throw off, he was knocked around, so results in an incomplete pass.
That was a great play for the Crusader defense led by Cameron Topkin. Really added that pressure to Perez. Not much Perez could have done. He just got to throw that, but again, Topkin really on that pass rush playing a big role and executing perfectly on that play.
You're certainly right about that, Ryan. I mean, the pass rush from the Crusaders has really been getting to Perez today. He's still been able to make a couple of good passes downfield, but the pass rush has really been able to get to Perez today in crucial moments. So 4th and 10 now for the Indians. Perez takes a snap, drops back to pass, gets it off, and lands right next to Mitchell. So an incomplete pass and a turnover and downs. The Crusaders get the ball back.
And you know, Mitchell was not happy about that. He was looking for a pass interference call. Again, no flag was thrown. So, like you said, Andrew, resulting in a turnover on downs, and big play and nice job by the Crusader defense after their offense has allowed 2 straight turnovers.
7 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. And this is a big time for the Crusaders to, again, you know, get one of those drives going where they're able to take up so much time on the clock. Because again, you're probably going to see mostly running right now. Cunningham and Acalini in the backfield. Brennick takes a snap, a quick toss to Cunningham, cutting up the field, up through the middle. And that's going to be a flag on the play. I believe that was a face mask. Cunningham taken down. Waiting to see what the penalty was, as Cunningham was quickly spun around on that play. So that's going to be a face mask on the defense. So the Crusaders, after the play, that's going to move the chains. That is going to result in a first down. So a fresh set of downs for the Crusaders now. The ball is going to be put at the 45. After the face mask, Brennick under center. Takes a snap, quick toss to Cunningham, moving to the right. Eventually taken down at the 50. So a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 now.
2nd and 5.
Yeah, I think the Crusaders' goal now is to really chew up that clock, Andrew. You know, they're trying their best here. Now with under 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Brennick takes a snap, hands off to Cunningham. Up the middle, and the ball is knocked around. And it's recovered by the Indians. Another fumble recovery for Wilcox Tech.
Wilcox Tech in this 4th quarter have really gotten a lot of turnovers on their defense. Have been stepping up big here. Really, they've been not much have been doing that in the first 3 quarters, but the 4th quarter has been something else. Really changed up on their defense.
Still a lot of work to be put in for Wilcox Tech. 6 minutes and 38 seconds left to go. The score 34-14 with the Crusaders in the lead. Now it's time for the Crusaders defense to come alive here and get a 3 and out. A quick pass from Perez over to D'Agostino. A couple yards on the play. That's going to be a 2nd down.
6 yards.
So 6 yards on the play. So 2nd and 4 now for the Indians. Perez in the shotgun. Takes a snap. A quick pass to Mitchell's able to get it, but he is met by a couple of Crusaders in the backfield. That's going to be a loss.
Yeah, that was a nice job by the Crusaders. They really read that Wilcox Tech offense play.
3rd and 10.
And now it's going to result in a 3rd and 10. So this Crusaders defense has been stepping up on this drive so far.
Martinez and Dante Brown able to meet Mitchell in the backfield for a loss. So 3rd and 10 for the Indians. Looks like this is going to be a passing situation for the Indians. Perez trying to get set here. D'Agostino on an island to the left. Hands it off up the middle, immediately met as soon as he got the handoff. So that's going to be 4th and 10 now for the Indians. Again, that defensive line and their pass rush today has been crucial for the Crusaders, and they've really been able to get through the offensive line for the Indians.
It's really been playing such a great game this entire afternoon. And that's kind of been the whole season storyline, too. Their defensive linemen have been big, and that's why this Crusaders team has 6 wins on the season.
It's now 4th down for the Indians. They're going to go for the punt here. Martinez back to retrieve it. Bouncing around towards the 30. Shreddo and D'Agostino there to stop it.
Ball is down on the 33.
The ball's down at the 33. That's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Crusaders now. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. Again, the score 34-14 with the Crusaders in the lead. So now the Crusaders looking to just chew up the clock here as they have a pretty commanding lead over the Indians. Acalini up the middle.
Oh, with the carry.
He's able to get a couple of yards. So second and 5 now. 5-yard gain for Acalini. Two receivers to the left and right. Acalini alone in the backfield. Brennick takes a snap, drops back to pass. He's looking downfield. A quick pass to number 45 as that goes incomplete. Topkin is unable to get the pass.
Interesting to see Topkin play receiver here. You know, he's been making such good plays on defense, especially as a defensive lineman. He's able to get that, or drop that pass rather, so good to see Topkin be such a versatile player.
And we saw that similar route earlier in the game to Topkin. It was a little slant over the middle.
Yep.
They were able to connect on that one, and he wasn't able to turn it into more yards, but that time just unable to get the pass. Motioning Cunningham into the backfield. Hands it off, Cunningham up the middle. Immediately met past the line of scrimmage.
Cunningham with the carry.
So 4th down for the Crusaders.
4th down, 4th and 1.
4th and 1, so this is a time, Ryan, where we could see Acalini up the middle. As we've seen in prior situations on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2, that Acalini was able to really punch through the defensive line, which would result in a 1st down for the Crusaders.
Yeah, really, that's been the kind of theme the second half for the Crusaders, and it's certainly interesting to see if they do it again.
Motioning Martinez. Brennick trying to change things up. Back under center. Hands it off to Acalini up the middle.
Oh, with the carry.
Led by number 54 on the tackle for the Indians.
Results in the play, 1st down.
And that results in a 1st down. We mentioned it before, Acalini up the middle. And what does it result in? 1st down.
It's been the recipe for success for this Crusader offense, and you know, it's just resulting not only is he getting so many 3rd and 4th down conversions, he's got 2 touchdowns on the day, and he has a fumble recovery. So Acalini has been having a fantastic day for his Crusaders.
Under 3 minutes left to go in the 4th. Motioning Cunningham. Tosses it. Cunningham now at the middle. Met by a couple Indians and a couple yards on the play. So 2nd now.
Gain of 5 on the play.
2nd and 5. Cunningham having a day in the backfield for the Crusaders. Winding down to about 2 minutes left. And we're going to get a flag here on the play. Going to be interesting to see what this is. So the referees.
Motion, offense.
And that's going to be on the offense, so it's going to back up the Crusaders. And 2nd and 5 turns.
2nd and 11.
2nd and 11. So there's 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Brennick drops back to pass, looking downfield. Able to get it to number 5. Now moving past. Able to get past D'Agostino. Moving past the 50 and eventually taken down. And I believe that's going to be a horse collar on Mitchell.
Brown.
Dante Brown. A little pass over the middle.
Catch and run.
Now the ball is going to be really advanced for the Crusaders. Dante Brown ran a great route. And like you said, Andrew, I believe that was a horse collar. And that's really good. Now the Crusaders are really going to advance the ball on offense here. But under 2 minutes.
So a minute 53 left to go in the fourth. So horse collar on the Indians after the pass to Dante Brown. And what a nice pass from Brennick over the middle. That's what we've seen so far in the second quarter when they have gone for passes. And Dante Brown coming up big. Hurrying up to the line now. Motioning Cunningham to the left. A quick toss to Aquilini. Moving to the left now. Gets past one tackle. D'Agostino able to finish the tackle along with number 58 for the Indians, Matasuko.
Gain of about 7 on the play. 2nd and 3.
Back to the line of scrimmage. Motioning Cunningham. And we're going to go whistle blown here and a flag on the play. And I believe that is a false start on the Crusaders. That's going to back them up.
A lot of flags have been called in this fourth quarter, Andrew. You know, really good job by the referees. Have to give them a lot of credit. You know, they've been seeing what's been wrong on both sides, making the right decisions, making the right calls. And again, now after this false start, like you said, going to bring the ball back. It'll be a 2nd and 9 for the Crusader offense.
Dante Brown to the left and Topkin to the right. Motions Cunningham. Quick toss. Cunningham moving up to the right. Met by D'Agostino, trying to get a couple more yards. D'Agostino on the tackle is able to stop Cunningham. Hurry up offense now for the Crusaders. Back to the line of scrimmage. Cunningham again back in the backfield, takes the snap. And is tackled again.
Cunningham with the carry again.
Now 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It looks like
result is first down.
Got a couple of people shouting for the victory formation. And it looks like that's what we're going to go with here.
Crusaders are not going to play aggressive. You know, they're really deep into Indians territory, but they're not. They're going to try and play it safe, not score a touchdown here, and just end this game.
And after the victory formation, that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for this one. 34-14, the Crusaders take the win over the Wilcox Tech Indians.
The final score, 34, Thames River.
So Thames Rivers improves to 7-1 on their regular season record, as Wilcox Tech is going to fall to 1-7. And what an exciting time that we have seen, an exciting game that we've seen from Thames River.
It really has. You know, Thames River played a really good game. We're to 7-1. Now they got the big matchup next week at ATI.
A big matchup coming up from them. Again, Thames River, a highly offensive day for them as well. You know, you got Cunningham and Aquilini in the backfield, really dynamic duo. And really for Wilcox Tech, too, their defense with a couple of turnovers on the day, a couple of fumble recoveries, that big pick six returned by D'Agostino. Really a big day for both of these teams, especially for the Crusaders on their senior day.
Really, it's not too much to be mad about if you're the Indians. You know, you tried your best. You really played a good game against this good Thames River team. So really they got a lot to improve on, but not much to complain about. And for the Crusaders, nice win today. That's 6 straight wins, and they're ready for next week.
So for highlights, post-game interviews, and all of our video content, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GameDayCTs. That's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Again, your final score, 34-14, with the Thames River Crusaders taking the win. From Ryan Gable, and I'm Andrew Meehan. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast.